was here. Yeah, Sergeant Carson was here, but it's a former here, so it's just the attorney.
Okay, cool. Bring them in, and then you can open the court after you bring them in. Then we can have a couple.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
The 36th District Court in the state of Michigan is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marlena Taylor is now presiding. At this time, there will be no talking, no smoking, no chewing gum, no eating or drinking, no sleeping or laying down, no driving or riding in a moving vehicle. Please keep your device on mute until addressed by staff. Also, keep your device on a level surface so that your face may be seen. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for your patience this morning. I'll try and get y'all moving rather quickly. Attorney Hamad.
Ready, Your Honor.
Now calling the matter of the people versus Jad Yassin. This is ticket number P1275411, one count of careless driving. Today is the date and time set for a formal hearing. May I have your appearance for the record, sir, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff. Hassan Hamadi on behalf of Jad Yassin. My P number is P77565.
Yes, sir. And is your client going to be here today, or are you acting on his behalf?
Your Honor, I am acting on his behalf and have the authority to plead responsible to a reduced count of limited access speed 65 and a 55, I believe.
Yes. All right. So at this time, the court is going to read from the ticket to establish a factual basis that on the date of November the 10th of 2021, in the area of Joy Road in Greenfield in the city of Detroit, Mr. Yassin was driving a Jeep vehicle and did do limited access 65 and a 55-mile-per-hour zone. Satisfied, attorney?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And the court is satisfied as well and will enter the plea of responsible to the amended charge, limited access 65 and a 55-mile-per-hour zone. The fine for that speeding ticket is $135. It is due 14 days from today's date. So it is due on 7/26/2022. That's my sister's birthday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anything else for the record, sir?
No, you just have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right. Attorney Mustafa.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. It's good to see you. I'm sorry you had a hard morning.
Oh, no, it wasn't a tough morning. I had to take my daddy. I gotta take my daddy sometimes.
Well, yes, our daddies come first for sure. I understand.
Is it all these things?
No, just the ROA.
Okay. Are all these things on the tax return?
No, just,
Just the ticket and then the ROA?
and then he has, I'm sorry, he has a view for SP 1033522. So yeah, that one was back here. Yeah.
Mr. Walton, I'm gonna work on your case now. These are the matters of the people versus Eric Walton. This is ticket number P1033562, count 3, which is up for review. Z ticket 808514, one count of operating while intoxicated. Also calling not on this docket today, but in pending matters and in default, ticket number or case number SP 125272221, one count improper plate. Count 2 of that same ticket is drove while license suspended. Also calling SP 1253424, count 1, violation of the basic speed law and or drove in an unsafe manner. Count 2, disregard traffic control device. And count 3, wrong way, one-way street. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rubina Mustafa, Rubina Mustafa, P51967, Detroit Justice Center, on behalf of Eric Walton, who is present.
And Mr. Walton, can you state your name for the record, please?
Eric Watson.
Thank you. Today's the date and time set for review on one of the matters to see if he's paid his fine. And then the other matters are today on the docket for a pretrial, as well as we have a couple of pending matters and some matters in disposition. How did you want to move forward today, attorney?
Your Honor, I believe that my client has completed the payment for the review case. I would ask that that be closed out. For the pretrial, the additional cases you called were a surprise to me, and I didn't realize they weren't being set on the same date, or even that they existed, because they got, as I explained to your clerk, they got entered after we already had the pretrial for the OWI. So I've put in a discovery request with the city and am waiting for discovery. And I would like all of those matters to be set together for a pretrial, and any defaults. Your Honor, I did try to file a motion to set aside the default judgment, but I am requesting that defaults be set aside, and all the matters are proceeding together. I'm worried that there may be Secretary of State issues for the defaults, and I just wanted to avoid that. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. At this time, the court is going to, seeing that these tickets were all given on the same day, it looks like it may have come out of the same occurrence and the same interest in the same incident. The court is going to take these matters out of default that are currently in default. The matters that are pending will now be brought up to date, and we'll set them all for the same date and time as the OWI matter. What date is the next date that we were looking to have all these matters scheduled for?
Your Honor, I believe it was October 3rd. There was another arraignment we had on Friday for a different incident. So to have them all on the same day would probably be the most efficient, on October 3rd.
Was that arraignment in the morning or the afternoon?
It was in the afternoon on Friday.
Okay, all right, we're gonna put everything in the morning at 8:30 a.m., including that arraignment. We'll just bring it up to the same time, still on October the 3rd, Mr. Walton.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Everything is in the morning on October 3rd. So it'll all be consistent. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I apologize.
Okay. It's okay. We're gonna put everything in the morning so that everything's together, sir. Mr. Walton, your attorney is working very diligently so that we can resolve all of your outstanding matters. It beholds you to make sure that you keep in constant communication with her and that you show up to these court dates so that we can try and resolve all of your driving issues. Sir, no driving unless you have a license to drive. No drinking, certainly, right now while this case is pending. Okay, sir?
Okay.
Your Honor, he is also in counseling. I do have a letter from D-Live, which I believe is a support group that you were introduced before. And I can provide the court a copy of that letter confidentially, obviously, because it's health related. But he has been participating diligently to ensure he's addressing all of his issues.
Well, at this point in time, I'll just take you as an officer of the court that he's been participating in those particular matters. When we get closer to sentencing, if he chooses to go that route, I would like to see copies of that. So just so we can make sure that we sentence him appropriately. If we get to that, he obviously has the right to have a bench or jury trial. But at that point in time, that's when I would want to see that documentation. Sir, stay in all of those classes that you're taking. I hope they've been helpful. And if nothing further, bond will be continued. I'll set personal bond at $0 on the matters that were pending. And I will take those tickets out of default, and we'll see you back October the 3rd, 8:30 a.m. via this Zoom for all the rest of your matters to be heard at that time. Okay, attorney?
Thank you, Your Honor. You're wonderful. Have a wonderful day.
No problem. Mr. Ward, do you have any questions before we sign off, or you all set, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, we'll see you back then, okay? Thank you all so much, and thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Bye. Good to see you, attorney. And good morning to you, Ms. Spears. I didn't say hello. Hi. Kendra Willis. Ms. Willis, if you can unmute yourself and activate your camera for me, please. Okay,
Hi, Your Honor.
good morning.
Good morning.
Now calling the matter of the people versus Keandra.
Yes.
Okay. Willis, this is ticket number P12-01377. This is one count drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Baughman, P55052 for the defendant. Ma'am, announce your name to the court, please.
Keandria Willis.
Thank you. Your Honor, the defendant presents today with valid documents. I've forwarded those to the prosecutor. I believe there's a plea recommendation here to dismiss. I would stipulate to probable cause for that. Thank you.
At this time, I am in receipt of the recommendation to dismiss this because of valid documentation. The court is going to do so at this time. Ma'am, make sure that you always keep everything up to date and valid and in your vehicle at all times, okay?
Okay.
All right, if there's nothing further, that concludes this hearing. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do Lamar Williams. Now calling the matter of the people versus Lamar Williams. This is ticket number 731111, one count tinted windows. Also calling ticket number 731112, one count reckless driving. Parentheses, it says drag racing. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Baughman for Mr. Williams. I believe he has retained counsel. Mr. Williams, have you spoken to your lawyer today?
Yes.
That's Ms. Marable, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. I know, she's
That's fine.
driving right now, so she can't be on the record right now, Mr. Williams, so we're gonna put you back into the waiting room until she comes out. Okay. It's okay, Edward Yates, sir. You be okay. All right. Mr. Yaster? Edward Yaster? Yester? Mr. Yester? Jakari White? Jakari Wyatt?
Yes.
Okay, can you activate your camera for me, please?
Yes.
Now calling the matter of the people versus Jakari Wyatt. This is ticket number P12-06378. Count 1, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 2, tinted windows. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Baughman on behalf of the defendant. Would you state your name, sir?
Jakari White.
Thank you. Your Honor, the defendant is going to hear now plead responsible to the civil infraction. The agreement is that the misdemeanor will be here dismissed. I'm stipulating to probable cause as to that dismissal. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, is that what you want to do, Mr. White?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to read from the ticket and then I'm going to assess a fine that goes with that particular civil infraction, okay?
Okay.
All right, so on the date of August the 31st of 2021, in the area of Kentucky, Puritan, in the city of Detroit, Mr. Wyatt was driving a Cadillac vehicle and the windows were tinted more than they should be in that vehicle. Satisfied, Attorney Bachman?
I am satisfied, Your Honor, and stipulate as to those facts.
Thank you so much. And there was a stipulation for probable cause on count one to be dismissed, so the court's gonna dismiss that at this time and enter a plea of responsible to count two, the tinted windows. Sir, that is a civil infraction. Fines are typically due 14 days after, and I believe it's $120. Let me make sure. Okay, it's $120. Is that gonna be enough time for you to pay it, sir? 14 days?
Yes.
Okay, so $120 is due on July 26, 2022, okay?
Okay.
All right, if there's nothing further, you're all set. Thank you for your patience this morning, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Okay, you too.
I will, thanks. Mr. Yeaster?
Yes.
Yes, is it yes, sir? Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, okay. Now calling the matter of the people versus Edward Yester. This is UTIC 620-04321. This is one count. We are here today for a review. Mr. Yester took a plea back in April. And it was a 3-month delayed sentence. As long as he had no new tickets and paid the fine, this will be dismissed today. Attorney Bachman, can you state your name for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Bachman for the defendant. We've discussed the matter. He's completed all the terms and conditions of his plea under advisement and would ask the court for the disposition that it promised him if he completed this task successfully, and that is, we would move to dismiss without prejudice here. Thank you.
Okay. And sir, can you just state your name for the record, please?
Edward Yester Jr.
Thank you so much, sir. At this time, because you have completed everything that I requested, the court has requested, paid the fine, and no new tickets, I am going to dismiss this matter. Thank you so much for being in compliance. Look, I got a smile and everything in the morning. Thank you for being in compliance. And if there's nothing further, that concludes this hearing. Have a good day, sir. Thank you.
You too. Have a great day. Thank you.
I will. Are they on Thursday? Everybody. Everybody. Okay. Thank you so much. How are y'all doing today? Good morning. So we pull him off then?
Well, James must have a lot, and then, Lamar Williams here.
What about Joshua White? Is he okay? Y'all may have a couple. You want to take care of Joshua White real quick?
Well, that might be tight.
Joshua White? Okay.
iPhone,
Yes.
what's your name, sir?
Joshua White.
Okay. I need to rename you. Okay, hold on.
All right. Now calling the matters of the people versus Joshua White. This is ticket number P 11650026. Count one failed to display. Also calling case number SP 1218563. Count one, drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count two, no insurance misdemeanor. We also have a ticket that is a default, but a part of the plea today. That is ticket number P 11650023. Count one, violation of a basic speed law and or drove in an unsafe manner. Also count two, no proof of insurance. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Bachman for the defendant. Sir, state your name for the record, please.
Joshua White.
Thank you. Mr. White and I have discussed the matter. He knows he has a right to a trial. He's going to waive that here today in order to plead guilty pursuant to a recommendation now a part of the court file. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And is that right, Mr. White? You want to take advantage of that offer today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so what's gonna happen is I'm going to read from the ticket to establish a factual basis, and then I'm going to give you the fines that go with that particular civil infraction fine, okay?
All right.
All right, so on the date of February the 12th of 2021, in the area of Mound and East Auto Drive in the city of Detroit, Mr. White was driving a Buick vehicle and did violate the basic speed law or drove in an unsafe manner, as well as no proof of insurance on that vehicle. Satisfied, Attorney Baldwin?
I am. Thank you. Yes.
And you already stipulated to probable cause on the remaining counts to be dismissed. So at this time, the court is going to enter pleas to the violation of the basic speed law, as well as no proof of insurance. I know the no proof of insurance is $195. Violation of the basic speed law. Yeah. That's one. Yeah. We're gonna take out some late fees and penalties, so we gotta figure out what it is, because those went into default, Mr. White.
Is there no points for either of these?
I know there's no point for the,
170.
no proof of insurance at 170.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Attorney Baldwin, can you help me with the whether or not violation of basic speed law has any points?
One moment. I'll look that up. Where the speed limit is less than 55 miles an hour, 1 to 5 miles per hour over the speed limit equals 1 point.
This violation of basic speed law. No, I'm not 100% sure that's the question. Hello.
Hi,
How
I
are
have
you?
a case.
I know, Mrs. Javon, I'm in the middle of a record. Okay. You can hang that up. Okay. While we're looking that up, the fine is $365. You typically have 14 days to be able to pay a fine like that, Mr. White. Is that gonna be enough time?
No.
Okay, how much time do you need?
90 days.
Right.
So
It's hard out here.
forgive me for interrupting, Mr. White. This is a 2-point driving offense.
Oh man, we didn't discuss that one.
Well, it's in default. So it's not really on the docket for today. However, I do have some information that you can use to chip away at that point. So if you take the basic driver improvement course, do you need that information?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am currently on the website, is dmv.org.
Okay.
All right. There you will be able to do a search for the basic driver improvement course. $20.
All right.
So it's easy to complete. You can finish it in one day.
So technically, Mr. White, since it went to default, you already have the point.
Right.
Okay.
Goes to the second, yeah, so it automatically goes to, when you don't show up and it goes into default, you already technically have the point. So now you just have to wait. So I know when you don't win, for whatever reason, when you don't do it, that's what ends up happening. Why? So,
Okay.
okay. All right, these fines is gonna be due no later than October the 12th. That's 90 days. October the 12th, okay? We'll take off all the late fees and take them out of default so that you don't have those on us, okay?
Okay. So the total is 300 something?
365. So you may have some reinstatement fees. That's not a part of it. That's the Secretary of State's office, but you pay them here at the 36th District Court. But the actual fines you need to pay for these two tickets is total of 365.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. There's nothing further. That concludes this hearing. Have a good day, Mr. White.
You as well. Thank you, attorney.
Good luck, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
Now recalling the matter of the people versus Lamar Williams. This is ticket number 731112, reckless driving, drag racing and parentheses. Also calling ticket number 731111. This is one count 10 to window. Today is the date and time set for a free trial in this matter, as the defendant would like to have a jury trial. Attorney, please state your name for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Carla Marable, P number 62755, on behalf of Mr. Williams. Can you please state your name for the record, Mr. Williams?
Lamar Williams.
All right. Unfortunately, I still don't have any trial dates for you today. How would you still want the jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pretty high on my list, so I'm gonna make him 2.5. I know Mr. Walker has been waiting for a long time, but I'm gonna make him right before Ms. Williams on my list. All right. We'll adjourn this for the 2 months, Mr. Williams. I do apologize very much that I don't have any trial dates to be able to give you at this point in time. But I have to just wait, and I'm going to bring it to their attention that I'm getting quite a list of people that would like to have jury trial. So I'm going to adjourn this out for 3 months. If I get a date sooner than this, Attorney Marable, I'll call your office. And then that way we can coordinate to have you and your client come back online and see if we can get a date sooner than this, okay?
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll have you come back on October the 5th, 2022, 8:30 a.m. just checking.
Okay.
You know what, Mr. Williams? If your attorney checks in and we don't have a new date, you don't necessarily have to appear at that next hearing. Because you're in constant communication.
Constant
Is
communication.
in constant communication with you. And until we can get that jury trial date, I'll have you appear for that final pretrial conference so we can make sure you're still on it. But until that point in time, as long as your attorney signs on, we'll be able to make sure we get the dates to her for the next year.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're very welcome, okay? That
Thank you.
concludes this hearing. Have a good day.
Mr.
Thank-
Williams, I will give you a call.
Thank you.
Okay, what was the P number again?
I'm sorry.
62755.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you guys need anything?
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
I'll call you.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
All right.
Mr. Wright? Eddie Wright? Now, sometimes, you can come up here with me. You're learning. I think you might be new, that's why you're shadowing. I'm Marlena Taylor. Just make sure you speak up very loud because my court reporter is on here. If you need to, things to be able to be heard. If not, just speak loud. Okay. All right. Nice to meet you. I'm Marlena. I don't know. I've never met you before.
I know.
Now calling the matter of the people versus Eddie Wright. This is Z ticket 808395. This is a date and time set for a probation violation hearing, or, yes. Can I have the probation officer speak for the record, please?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Lori Thompson on behalf of the probation department.
And counsel, can you enter your plea? Enter your name?
May it please the court, Your Honor, Harry Boffman on behalf of the defendant. Sir, state your full name for the record.
Eddie Wright.
Thank you. Your Honor, my client is aware of his right to a hearing here. He knows that it is a burden of the probation department to prove by a preponderance of the evidence that a violation has occurred. He's going to waive his right here and now to that hearing. He's pleading guilty to the violation. We're asking that the court would consider continuing him on probation here for the best of reasons, and that he just made an error, and he's bravely he's sorry. So,
Right, can you please raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Mr. Wright, you had an opportunity to talk with Attorney Boffman in private about your violation today,
Yes, I did.
and he was able to inform you of the rights that you have and inform you of the consequences that may occur by this violation, admitting to this violation.
Yes.
And it's your choice right now that you want to make admissions that you violated probation.
Yes, I do.
All right. Is it true, sir, that you tested positive for alcohol on June 30th of 2022?
Yes.
All right. Satisfied, probation officer?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how about you, Attorney Boffman?
defense is satisfied. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, and the court is satisfied as well to the violation. I first hear from our probation department to find out what you are seeking in this particular matter.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright was placed on probation in this case on June 23rd of 2022. I did speak with him shortly after being placed on probation, and I told Mr. Wright that we were gonna monitor him closely on the assessment that was submitted to the court prior to sentencing. Had recommended possible drug court and also listed outpatient treatment, AA meetings, but the court gave him a chance. And he appreciated that, so he said. And he has attended, I'd like to say, Victims Impact Panel, and he did attend the Alcohol Highway Safety Education Program, which is good. But it appears, Your Honor, that he needs additional help. So we are recommending outpatient substance use treatment until he's discharged, right? Your Honor, we're recommending that he attend AA meetings 2 times a month. And at this time, Your Honor, we're recommending that he submit to drug screening on a weekly basis. And we're asking for a 3-month adjournment. If he's in compliance at that time, Your Honor, we would recommend that probation be continued. However, if he violated any of the terms and conditions at that point, we would recommend that he be referred to drug court at that time.
All right. Attorney Boffman, did you hear what they're recommending at this point in time?
We did hear that, Your Honor. We discussed, and my client is aware of the fact that he's going to have to comply now with some sort more stringent demands, and that he's going to have to demonstrate how this is important to him through his behavior. And my client did not fail to say he would like to move forward and is thankful for the best opportunity, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, is there anything you'd like to say on your behalf?
Well, Your Honor, I did make a terrible mistake. I just got caught up in a moment on a date night with my wife, and I understand how serious this is now, and you don't have to worry about me coming back again for this.
Okay. Yeah, you can't afford to get caught up right now, Mr. Wright, at all. Because,
I understand.
you just got sentenced, and then that was what, on the 23rd, and then on the 30th. You barely made it a week. And so, and I had crossed out, I got my little paper here, I crossed out all these things because the defense attorney said, oh, they don't need that, and they good with that. So I crossed out a whole lot of things, and now I gotta add them right back in. Okay? So I'm gonna add it back in. You know, I'm gonna follow the recommendation of, the probation department. So you are going to attend the outpatient treatment, okay, until discharged, and you can provide that. Obviously, they'll give you some, information on how to do that. You are going to do Alcoholics Anonymous twice per month, they said, 2 times per month. And then you are going to have weekly testing now. So it went from twice a month to every week, okay? So now they're really gonna know. So if you have any slips up, they'll know. And the violation equals drug court. And if you think this is tough, let me tell you how tough drug court is, okay? But all of this is for you, Mr. Wright. I do believe in isolated incidents, as I do believe in that, but I also believe in protecting society from folks. So I have to find a balance between doing those two things. And so if you can prove to me, a lot of times probation will come back and they'll change what they want as well, based on how you do and how you move. So show me that you want this when we come back for our 3-month review, that you want to be on the straight and narrow, and you'll see what can happen at that point in time. Maybe they'll be a little less stringent, but we'll have to see at that point, okay, Mr. Wright?
Thank you, I understand.
Okay, any violation, you're coming back to drug court and you may do a night in jail. Because I don't like people to violate the alcohol. Okay,
Okay,
all right. I'm not gonna write that down though, I'll just keep it in my memory. It's coming back on October the 5th, a good date for you?
Tuesday?
Let me see, if not, we'll make sure it's a Tuesday. Check for me, please. It's a Wednesday. What about 11? What's the 11 look like?
Yes.
October 11th, that's a Tuesday. October the 11th at 8:30 a.m. Zoom hearing. Hopefully that's the next time I see you, Mr. Wright. I hope I don't get any forms across my desk asking me to sign them, okay?
you won't.
All right. If there's nothing further, that concludes the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, Mr. Wright. Good luck to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Finally. Mr. Washington.
So the only one that's on the docket is 8-4. Was a default. Nothing's on the docket, but last, really 8 backwards. Eight backwards, 8-5-4, and then 6-4-4. Then 8 backwards. 8-5-4. So rather like. Both of these are being reviewed. These 2 are being reviewed. I think this one's being reviewed. Yeah, this one on the back. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, because he had a cell phone thing, he said, "Oh, let him have." So they-
But I don't mess with you, right?
I think this-
I'm putting right here in your phone. Because I have this, I'm in my closet.
This is what I gave him. But I didn't check this over to. And what, so. So, she gave that, I put on there. People in that, which is fine.
I don't think they match everything with this stuff.
Yes, only, if I don't.
I don't know. Now calling the matter of People versus James Washington. Mr. Washington, you can unmute yourself.
How you doing today, Your Honor?
I'm good, thank you. On the docket for today is case number P1213854. Count one, drove while license not valid or improper license. Not on the docket for today, but the show cause for a future date is P1140644. Count one, drove while license suspended, repeat offender. Count two, improper plate. Appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Harry Bachman on behalf of the defendant. Would you state your full name for the record, please, sir?
The accident was signed off. We'll have to wait.
One in case 288.
Hi, my phone died. So I
I know,
had
Mr.
to.
Washington, we were waiting for you, no worries.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay, all right. Back on the record. We were in the midst of calling the cases, and Mr. Washington dropped off. Mr. Bachman had made his appearance for the record. Mr. Washington, we were waiting for your appearance, okay? Say your
Okay.
name.
My name is James Edward Washington.
Today is the date and time set on one of these matters, or it's up on the docket. The other one is a show cause that's not until later. How do you want to proceed, Attorney Bachman? Unmute yourself.
We'll waive any more formal reading of the information and complaint as to those matters for which the defendant is here being arraigned. There is a plea recommendation. My client wishes to accept that. It's merely that these instant cases would be here dismissed. And Mr. Washington, your responsibility will thereafter be to pay your civil infractions. You have some outstanding civil infractions. So the prosecutor has agreed to dismiss these cases that you have, these misdemeanor cases that you're here for, that you had warrants for, including the ones that are set for November and December that we talked about. Those are being handled here today, sir. They're being dismissed here today. In exchange for that, the prosecutor wants you to pay your civil infraction so you can get your driver's license, okay?
Okay.
So we would stipulate the probable cause as to the matters being here dismissed.
Now,
Thank you, Your Honor.
I do have a question. I do have my driver's license.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Perfect, Mr. Washington. That doesn't take away your civil infractions, okay? The court is going, huh?
No, I'm listening.
The court is going to dismiss ticket number P140044, counts 1 and 2, as well as ticket number P1213854. And as stated by counsel, the remaining cases you're gonna have to pay. Now, what were you gonna say, Mr. Washington?
I was going to say that I agreed to the plea deal with paying those civil infractions.
Okay, Mr. Washington, we took care of it already. Mr. Washington, what to do for you too, and I'm gonna ask my clerk to take away any late fees that may be on the defaulted tickets, okay?
Oh, I appreciate it so much. I also got insurance and proper registration and proper plates also.
I appreciate that, Mr. Washington. It seems like you're on your way to make sure that you are a licensed, registered, okay?
I'm trying to be a good citizen in the community, okay? And
Okay.
I'm,
All late fees and fines, okay? All late
okay.
fees, all your late fees. So that usually helps take down some of these cases that went into default. It usually helps take down that fine a little bit, okay? So hopefully
Okay.
it'll reduce the cost, okay?
Okay, and will they go over which civil fractions they are, or they're gonna tell
So
me?
it looks like you've paid one ticket, no proof of insurance. You still had expired plate ticket.
Okay,
You had a failed to use seatbelt assembly system,
okay,
defective bumper, failed to
okay,
stop at a stop street.
okay,
It says speed violation. That may be that same bumper. Improperly displayed plate.
okay,
And then you just have one outstanding ticket that you didn't pay, that you pled to back in 2020.
okay. Is it possible that I can do a payment arrangement? I'm not sure what those added up to.
You can. So what you want to do, Mr. Washington, when you get a free moment, because they're going to ask for some money down, you can
Okay.
find out how much money it's going to be. You can come down physically to 36th District Court on the first floor to the cashier and tell them that you want to pay it, but you need to be on a payment plan. They'll tell you how much you owe and how much you need to bring them. And then you'll just have to bring them some money ever so often, okay?
Okay, all right.
Okay, and then that way, but your license is back, so we're hopefully not gonna suspend your license or anything, but I'm not in charge of that. That's the Secretary of State's office, okay?
Okay,
Okay, so you handled your business though, so the misdemeanors are all taken care of. Those have been
okay,
dismissed. They want you to focus on these civil infractions that you owe, okay?
okay. Yeah, so, okay, I'll, no other questions. I'm gonna try to get down there today to figure the things out. and get everything started.
Okay, Mr. Washington, good luck to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. Have a wonderful day, okay, Mr. Washington?
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. And that concludes this morning's docket.
Nice. I hope everybody has a great day.
You too. Thank you so much, Mr. Baughman.
See you next time. I see you, Miss Edwards.
All right, she stepped out for a moment, but she